Alright, Josh, here is your homework video. Number 1, we're going to be waking up in the morning and doing our cat-cows. For you, your right low back is low, so we basically want to lift up the right. Can you see that? Or should I do it like this direction? So you're here, I want you to lift your right side, and then do your cat, and then do your cow. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, I don't remember. But you're lifting up your right and doing this. And then I also want you to throw in like a little bit of a twist in it, just like all you're trying to do is move your low back. Because right now, we don't really know if you actually have a herniated disc or not, because your spine is angled, and theoretically, having an angled spine, you could be hitting the nerve that comes out this tunnel. And we don't have an MRI or an X-ray to know for sure. The only way for us to know is for us to kind of do some mobility and for you to kind of test it out yourself. And if you find in one of those angles you do hit like a sharp shooting down the leg pain, but I didn't ask you about that, if you have shooting down the leg pain, look and see if that does happen. So that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be come up into your standing lean back lunges. We're not doing lunges like reps. It's not the goal. We're not doing lunges with your hips like this. We're doing shorter lunges with your pelvis tucked and you're leaning back to get a stretch in the front. And you're just going to hold this for about a minute. And this only gets the front portion. I also want you to maybe do a lean this direction. So you're getting a little bit of the outside edge in the rib cage. And then you're also going to do a rotate this and do more of a lean this way, where this heel is pulling you forward to get this groin and this part of the hip flexor. Because the idea is that remember, your quads are tight and your calves are tight and they're pulling you this way. You're making this rigid. So we have to drop this, come here, and do this. Now, number 3 component is to turn your calves off. Put them on a wall. Don't move for like 10 minutes. Well, at least wait till your toes begin to go numb and tingly, so the old blood is out. If you get bored here, or if you want to combine this with the glute or hamstring stuff, you can kind of do a little bit of your glute stuff here on the wall, or you can do this on the ground, or you can do this in a semi-squat form. If you have access to a TRX bar or something like this, goal is to lift up your toes, be on your heels, and you're basically doing a glute drive, but you're doing it standing. So you're basically fall back and glute drive. And this basically becomes a squat eventually. And all you're doing here, you're trying to strengthen the back sides while not using the calves and the quads as much. It won't be perfect, but you're trying to regain that balance. Now the 4th component, I didn't talk to you about this yet, and I'm glad I'm making this video for you, is that so you know that your pelvis is going this way, so this goes down, this goes up. But also the side of the glutes are kind of the monkey in the middle between the tug-pull here. So what I would recommend for you, additionally, would be to add in what's called pigeon pose, if you've ever heard of it. Now to start, you may want to begin doing a basic version, which is you lay on your back, you put one leg across, and you just push this way. And you should feel it roughly in like maybe the groin or somewhere in the butt over this area. If that's not good enough for you, you can pull up like so, get some deep breaths there. And if that's not enough for you, you can get into traditional pigeon pose, where the goal is you kind of would start back again in the lunge. You tuck your pelvis, you use this heel to pull you forward. You slowly get deeper into a deep, deep, deep groin or hip flexor stretch here. Once you get down, you're going to go into pigeon pose, like so. The goal is, again, stretch out this part of the butt. And I'm going to take it one step further for you. Once you get about here, I want you to get into what's called deer pose. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Take your front hand, put it under the front foot, roll over, stabilize this, kick this heel, and kick this arm up. And what you're doing is you're stretching your glute, your hip flexor, and your low back all in one foul sweep. And you're going to do this on both sides. So, to summarize, from the top, you wake up in the morning, you do your right hip, cat, cow. You go into, you could probably stay here if you're doing this, right into a good lunge. You're going to hold this, you're going to do side angle, you're going to switch and do front angle, then you're going to go into pigeon, get into a good pigeon, then you're going to get into your augmented pigeon, and then you're either going to A, go to work, or you're going to continue, get your butt on the wall, drain the toes, and then do the glute and hamstring activation. Whether you're doing it on the ground or standing, that's the full summary in the last part. Good luck with it, man. Shoot me a text if you have any questions.